can you please look up this site?
See if we can figure out something. Gil Sanford versus Susie Norman.
Jim Cruzy on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hi, what's your name? Okay, come on up. It's your case. No, right here at the podium. Front and center.
Okay.
Nervous?
Yes.
Me too. Don't worry about
Okay. All right.
it. That really didn't make you feel any better, did it?
Just a little bit.
Oh, a little bit. Okay. Mr. McCurdy, what's the claim in this case?
Total amount owed today with court costs and fees is 28.
Say again. I'm sorry.
The total amount owed today with costs and fees is 28.29 or 68.29. Sorry.
68.29. Okay, that's what we had last time we were here. All right. So, first of all, did you file an answer to the complaint?
I did.
You did.
And I have to apologize to the court really quickly because I did not, the information that was sent to me, I didn't read through all the paperwork. So that's why it's probably I'm here again and again because I could have filed the answer. So when I finally did read through everything, I got the answer to you. If that makes sense.
No.
Okay. Well, I didn't read through all the paperwork and it was right there. It was right there for me to answer it.
Yeah.
And I went to legal aid and I make too much money, so they couldn't help me. And I'm like, it's right here. So read through your paperwork, everyone. And yeah.
Okay.
So just wanted to.
So, Mr. McCurdy, have you received a copy of the answer? Okay. So let's do this. We make a copy for Mr. McCurdy. And then now, so we'll get the copy of the answer and we'll get that to you. I also have a note here. You're going to pay $3,300.
Correct. You told me to come down that day and it was late in the day on court and I was out and about and it was 3:53 on my phone and it said the court closed at 4. So I didn't make it back to the court. I did reach out to attorney.
Yeah.
I did Monday because he had mentioned in court that Friday, we're just looking for possession. And he did at that time tell me that they didn't want the rent money. They just wanted possession of the home. So I have not done that. And I've talked to him several times this week to try to work something out to give Mr. Stanford back his home that is growing mold and such. So we talked this afternoon, like an hour before court as well. So I don't know where we are on everything. I made a proposal. I can't speak for Mr. Stanford, but I don't think he.
Okay. So let me tell you what I know.
Okay.
I know that this is a non-payment of rent case.
Mm-hmm.
And so while he may want possession of the premises, unless you were to agree to that, if you pay the rent, you get to stay.
That is not what
That is not what you want.
That is not what I was told.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I'm telling you that.
Okay.
All right. And because that's the way it works. So if anybody tells you anything different, don't believe them. It's me.
Perfect.
When counsel tells you they want possession, that may be true because it's a possession judgment. But you have the right to redeem, which means if you pay the rent, then you get to stay. Does that make sense to you?
It 100%. That does make sense.
Okay.
But I thought regardless, and what I was told was they wanted possession and he was going to go for the 10-day thing and I would have to be out.
They may.
Okay.
I'm just telling you the action that they filed. They can get a judgment potentially for possession, but you have a right to what's called redeem, meaning if you pay the rent or the amount that's owed, you get to stay. That's the way it works. All right, they didn't file the other type of action just solely for possession.
Okay, well, thank you for,
Okay, so now that we're clear, maybe on that,
we
what
are,
are we doing?
Your Honor, we would like a judgment for possession.
Well, she's filed an answer.
So then can we, Your Honor, may we set this for a settlement conference?
Sure. All right, so let's try to clarify some things. The 3,300, do you have that?
I do, sir.
Okay, do you have it with you or?
I do not, but the house is right there. Right, 2 minutes. That's what it says on the GPS. It's 2 minutes.
Okay.
I did that. The problem is not me having the money. It's
I know,
not.
I know. I'm just trying to get things back on track in the case.
But he
Okay.
wants me out of there and he doesn't want to redeem the mold. There's a mold report.
Okay, ma'am, listen. Let me ask you this. What do you want to do?
I would like to. I don't have a problem paying the rent and I could stay there, but it's like I'm being punked.
I feel that way every day.
It's like I'm being punked.
No.
It's crazy. Fix the mold.
Okay, all right, so.
Make it livable.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you want him to fix the problem and you stay? Do you want to move? Or what do you want to do?
If he fixed the problem properly,
Okay.
I would
That's-
stay
no.
and finish out my
Quit
lease.
rephrasing my question.
Okay.
Do you want it fixed where then you would pay the rent and stay or whatever's owed and stay? Or do you want to just relinquish the property and go on because you don't have faith that he'll fix it?
Yes, I would like it fixed.
Okay, all right, that's all I need to know.
I also have an issue with the amount that said was owed.
I know, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay, that,
It's my nerves.
pardon?
It's my nerves.
What's your nerves?
You know, getting ahead of myself. Just my nerves.
Oh, okay,
Slowing down.
you're doing fine.
Okay.
You just take
All
a
right.
deep breath,
Okay.
okay? Because if you start freaking out up there, you gotta deal with him. You don't get to deal with.
Oh,
All right? Okay, then we don't want that.
God.
Okay, so here's what you gotta do. You gotta get the 3,300 into escrow
Okay.
with the court. That way, we at least have resolved that.
Okay.
I will then. I'm going to need a response to her answer. How long is that gonna take you, counsel?
And get it in, early next week, Your Honor.
Okay. So maybe what we'll do is I'll set this for next week, the 2nd, 2024 at 12 p.m. We'll figure out exactly where we are, set out the procedures to how we're then going to proceed in the case. Okay? All right.
Okay.
So, and ma'am, so that you can relax a little, nothing's going to happen until such time as I say it's going to happen. Okay? So you filed your answer. They've got to respond to that answer.
Okay.
They'll send you a copy of their response. You may or may not like what the response is, doesn't matter. We'll deal with the issues here. You get the 3,300 in, and then we'll figure out exactly where we're gonna head with the case.
Okay.
Okay?
Does the, where I bring the 3,300, that does close at 4, correct?
It does.
Okay.
So get it paid by Monday.
Okay, will do.
Okay?
Mhm.
All right.
Don't
Thank
hurt.
you. You're welcome. Let's call the case of Gil Stanford versus Susie Norman.
Urging on behalf of.
Good
Hello,
afternoon.
what's your name?
Susie.
So let's see where we were the last time. So the last time that we were here, we got wait a minute. There is you deposited 3,300 in escrow.
Correct.
Okay, she did that. And then if you file an answer,
I did.
oh, I have. Okay, there it is. All right. So where would the parties like to proceed from here?
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe we've come to terms for a consent order.
Oh, all right, fantastic. Sorry, I should have quit talking. Go ahead.
Better those terms and on the record.
Yes, go ahead.
The defendant was agreed to pay 3,300 into escrow. That's happened. Defendant further agrees to return possession on or before September 7th, 2024.
Okay.
Escrow to be released to the plaintiff upon filing an affidavit for that possession of the return.
Okay, so as I understand it, she's deposited the 33. She's going to vacate by the 7th of September. On her vacating, then we will release the escrow.
Correct.
Is that right? Is that your understanding, ma'am?
Yes, but I did have some questions because
Okay.
last time I was here, you said I rule, so that's what I am counting on, and
Okay.
clarification and, just, so I did want to make he wants me out, he wants my family out, so that's fine. So we're gonna do that. I do want to make the court aware that he does not even have a current certificate to rent. It expired before we got there.
Okay.
So I just wanted to
Well,
make the court aware of that.
this property is located in Pittsfield, or
Yes, it is.
okay. All right. So, ma'am, what did you want me to do with that? Because
He wants us out so that he can hurry up and rent, and there's mold in the house, and I'm pretty much being pushed out. You did ask me last time if he repaired it and I, paid the rent and everything was good, did I want to stay? But that's not what he wants. But I did, in all of this,
okay,
talk to
just
the,
hold on, let me stop. Where I feel that somebody may be entering something under duress, I'm not gonna sign off. I'm just letting you know. I don't do that.
I think that it would be I would be more under duress if I had to be in some place where nobody wants me in their home. So it's fine.
But hold on.
It's fine.
Ma'am, hold on a second. There's a reason why you brought to me the certificate of occupancy issue and why you felt the need to say that.
Mhm.
I will say to you this, that if that's true, and I haven't seen it, haven't made a finding, but if that's true, that may afford you certain defenses to the payment of rent as well as leaving the property.
Oh,
Okay? I
okay.
need you to understand that. I guess I would also say that everything that you said to me is saying you signed the agreement. And I'm not saying anybody's acting in bad faith and doing whatever, but that you really don't want to.
Well, I did not sign the agreement yet. We talked about it outside before court.
Okay.
I have not signed it. But of course, this guy, I brought it to your attention because I felt that it needed to be brought to your attention, that he didn't even, like, that it's just been an ordeal, and that just is the icing on the cake for me. You didn't even have, you like,
Okay,
with
so
Pittsfield,
ma'am,
weren't even aware.
I understand. So just tell me this. Forget all of the personalities, forget everybody involved. What is it you want to do?
I will vacate his premises. I will.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, yes.
How many are in your family?
I'm sorry.
Your family?
How many?
How many?
3 daughters. Yes.
2 what?
2 grands.
All right. Ma'am? As you sit here today in front of me with you had 3 daughters, 2 grands. So there's 6 of you.
Correct.
Sometimes that
My grand is so new. She was just born in May. One of my grands, yeah.
So that's the important one, really. But where are you gonna go? You don't have any idea.
Not yet, but you know,
But what?
there are places out there. It's just a lot.
I know.
And I give him a lot of money.
Okay. All right.
This isn't being streamed right.
What?
This is
It is. But
oh,
don't worry.
geez.
Don't even worry about it. Oh, don't worry about it. So I'm going to tell you, when I first met you, when you first appeared, I was a little bit worried about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then when you came the next time, I was even more worried about you.
Okay.
And then as we sit here today, I'm still worried.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing. You're clearly the matriarch of that family.
I am.
And you're the one that is, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that's responsible for making sure that the good things happen, that those 3 girls and those little babies have a place to be.
Correct.
And as you stand here today, up until a certain point, you were doing the best you can. You realize that it probably wasn't the most ideal circumstance for you to be in, but it was working. You're making it work. And now you find yourself here. And in the one hand, and this is where I was worried about you. Okay. On the one hand, you were trying to sort of concede because my primary obligation is to make sure my family's okay. At the same time, you were saying things where you wanted to fight because you felt you and your family had been wronged.
Correct.
Am I at all close?
You are
Yeah.
100%.
Huh?
You are 100% correct.
It's amazing how I do that after all this time. And none of that did you say to me.
What's that?
None of that did you say to me. I just picked it up from you.
Quite intuitive.
I told you I was. All right.
I don't want to cause
I know. Okay.
Mr. Stanford any more duress.
Well, I know you don't. Okay. But part of my job here is to try to make sure that the right thing happens. Particularly where I have individuals coming in without attorneys representing themselves, I have to make sure people aren't just doing something for the sake of doing something. And I'm not saying that council by any, I'm not saying council's pushing you to do it. Because Ms. McCurdy wouldn't do that. I know that.
He's very kind.
Oh, he is. He's a
He's
good
very
attorney.
kind, yes.
And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, because sometimes I just have to do it, and sometimes I have to be the bad guy for everybody. Okay.
Okay.
Even if you were to sign that, I'm not signing it. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not signing it.
Okay.
You raised 3 girls,
I did.
and sometimes, I got 1. I don't even know how you made it with that. But anyway, sometimes, well, throughout all of that, you do and you make do and you make things happen. Yeah, because I'm mama and I'm good. This is what's going to happen. Right?
Correct.
And so now, as you're here today, you don't like doing this. You're not sure of what the 7th brings, and even if that's going to work necessarily. But you have great faith in yourself that I'm going to make do and my family's going to be okay because that's my job. Right?
That's what I do.
I know, and I can tell that.
Yeah.
The reason I'm not signing it is because you're going to need to make sure your family's okay. And until I'm convinced that you've had the time to try to make sure that can happen, I'm not signing it.
But I'm just gonna.
I know you may not like it. Okay. And I have a feeling you can be a stubborn lady, right? Okay. I can be stubborn too.
Bet you can.
And so now, right now, I'm being stubborn. I'm not signing it. You are probably, as you had to come here today, probably scared to death because all of a sudden I'm walking into a courtroom. I don't know what's going to happen. And I've only seen that crazy guy on the other side of a screen, and I don't know what he's going to do because he always looks like he doesn't know what he's going to do minute to minute. That's me. Okay.
You're a bit of a celebrity too, so that.
I am?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, you are.
I didn't know.
He is, isn't he? Yep.
No, that's damn.
Oh, you're
okay. So I mean, just saying. All right. So what I'm going to do, when were we here last? The 26th. You probably haven't been sleeping well, probably haven't been doing anything about yourself and everything else, but trying to just make it through for this past week. Am I right?
You are.
Okay. Because you weren't sure what was going to happen today.
Correct.
Okay. So I can solve that. What's going to happen today is nothing. I'm not signing the thing.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do and what you're going to do, you're going to take a deep breath.
That I can do.
Yeah, I know you can do that, but you haven't been very good about it. Okay. I'm going to adjourn this out. You put the 3,300 in. I'm not. You made it very clear to me that you can pay it. I don't have any idea that I don't have any doubt that you'll do what you say you're going to do. All right. I just don't. right? You told me you'd have the 33 in, it's here. Okay, and so until you give me a reason not to have faith in you, I'm gonna have faith in you.
Okay. I have faith in you as well.
And so I'm gonna give you a little bit of breathing room
Okay.
to truly figure out what you want to do and what you want to do for those 3 girls and those 2 little babies.
Thank you so much.
And so I'm going to give you an adjourned date to come back. This may be over the objection of plaintiff, but pretty much everything I do is over somebody's objection. And you're going to breathe, you're going to work this out, and you're going to figure out, really, do you want him to repair it? Because that can happen. Do you want it inspected? Because if you're telling me there's not a CO, it can be inspected, we can look at it. There's going to be issues about the CO and about rent and those things. But let you work it out in your head.
Okay. This was our stability.
Pardon?
This was our stability.
I know.
Sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Just
Why are you sorry? What are you sorry about?
not being able to keep it together.
What?
Not being able to keep it together.
Oh, I think you're doing pretty good.
Okay.
Now, if you fall out at the podium, I got to call him and I leave because I have no medical knowledge whatsoever. All right? I'll just have to call somebody.
Gotcha.
You're doing okay.
Okay.
All right?
Mhm.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn out to another day. You paid the 33 in. So again, I'm not worried about the money and getting done. I want you to have time to truly think about what you're doing.
Okay.
All right. How old your oldest daughter?
My my oldest daughter is 28, and she is there with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, there's a reason I asked that. Do they know?
No,
Do they know about what's going on with the house?
I don't tell them everything.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't, because
Yeah,
you're a mom.
because it's, it scares them. We've been 16 months like traveling all across Michigan. I'm a travel nurse. And in that time, I've been in litigation with the VA and for discrimination. So it's just, and I've been doing that on my own. So it's just it's a lot. And then this was our stability. And
Okay.
yeah.
So here's the way we work it. Okay. It's going to stay your stability until I say it's not. And I don't know when I'm going to say it's not.
Thank you so much.
You're going to thank me.
Just, the weight.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah.
So that's the other part. So, Mr. McCurdy, here's the problem. My schedule for August is a little bit weird. I don't have another date of a full docket until the 23rd. Is there any objection for plaintiff if I adjourn this out to the 23rd?
No, Your Honor, we'll be here on the 23rd.
You're going to be here anyway, right? Well, no, you're coming back on the 30th.
I'll be here on the 30th as well.
All right, so I'm going to go to that day. And there's a reason I'm going to go to that day. I want you to think about what you want to do for your family to do this. And what I don't, but you got to promise me something.
Okay.
This circumstance here, you cannot let the weight of that just be on you all the time. I don't know about the other stuff in your life. I don't know about everything else that's going on. But right now for this, I'm telling you, don't worry. Nothing is going to happen to you or your 3 girls or those 2 little babies until I say so. And I haven't said it. So you don't worry about it. Can you promise me from now until you come back here that you just don't worry about it? You're going to have a roof over your head. Can you promise me that?
I can promise you that.
Thank you. So I will adjourn this matter August 30th, 2024 at 2 p.m. And then we'll figure out where we're gonna go from there and what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So you're not moving out the 7th. You don't have to let them know that that's what's happening, because that's not what's happening right now.
Okay.
Okay? You got any questions?
No. I do.
Okay.
Want this?
Well, you have to give, what
or
is
have to
that?
File it with the court. Just, it's saying that he doesn't have a,
Okay, so can you take that, Ann, can you make a copy at Mr. McCritchy would need a copy of that. So anything I get, opposing side has to have. So I'll
I
get a
did.
copy. We'll give you back your,
okay.
okay? Whew. Probably didn't think it was gonna go this way today, did
Certainly
you?
did not.
You were thinking the worst was gonna happen.
Always.
All right, well, quit that. So here's what you do. We'll get those copies to you. We'll see you on the 30th. You promise me that you're not gonna worry about it, right?
I promise you.
And so when you leave here, you just smile, you go home and you hug those grandbabies. You
Sure
hear me?
will.
All right.
I sure will. I appreciate it. You have a great vacation too. I know that
Yeah, my
last
vacation.
time we were here, you were trying to.
Yeah, my vacation.
Yeah.
I don't take them, so I don't know what that is.
Oh,
I think I don't have to come here those days. That's what I, all right. Yes, sir.
If clarification on the term in escrow, is well, September's rent should be still in September also.
Should it go to September, she'll need to pay September in. Okay, because I ordered the escrow, but she's basically paid for August and this month. Okay,
thank you so much.
take care.
Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay.